What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com. And in the last Dynasty video, we took on Wisconsin, our last home game of the season, and we got the big win, 42-14. They won the first quarter, but we won the last three quarters. We were very consistent, got a couple touchdowns in each of those. And our star player, Jonathan Walker, just went off, had 23 carries, over 300 yards, and 5 touchdowns. It was just his day. He broke several big runs. It was a lot of fun, and good for him being a senior, going out on senior day with a killer game. Now, we got one more game left of the regular season, and that is against Michigan State. Now, they are a rival of ours. They're having a bad year. They're 5-5, but they got a little bit more talent than we do if you just go by those ratings alone. But you look at their stats, their offense is just average, but their defense looks pretty solid, especially their pass defense, and their turnover differential is better than ours. Now, they run about the same type of offense as we do. I think they run a 4-3 defense. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we can finish the regular season with the win. Now, one thing you may notice is I have added back some textures from the NCAA Next team, their mod. I'm not using the actual mod. I'm just using some of the textures. I'm trying to make it more default game friendly. So you can see down here, I got their logo and such, but you'll see a few little things that's just gonna be a little more crisp than others. Like you go back and look, our logo here is a little bit more crisp than what the original one is. Just things of that nature. And then over time, I will kind of get that going to where I'll just make it my own more or less, because their current texture pack now is not is not compatible 100% to the default game, which is what I'm playing with now. So let's talk about recruiting real quick. We are done. We got all 5 of these commitments, the guys we were going after all season. That's a really good start to our recruiting class. Really excited about what they can do for us in the future. There's really not much else to look at. Now, what we got to remember is we have a lot to look at after the game. This is our last game of the season. We don't have a conference title game, so we're going to find out all the postseason stuff, where we're going to play in the bowl game, things of that nature here after the game. But it looks like we got somebody in trouble. First time we've had this in quite a while. Clinton Adams. I think I can only, let's see what he done. The assistant coach told me that Adams skipped the last position meeting. That just shows me that he's not serious about football. Maybe suspending him will change that. So you notice our NCAA team interest, it's really low. It's been low all season. And again, I think this is the first guy that's got in trouble all year. We're going to suspend him for as much as we can. Notice 1 game per season. It's the same thing. It's all regular season based. So we'll suspend him for 1 game because we can't do any more than that. All right, let's go check out their uniform situation. This is their default. Looks pretty slick. Do they have an alternate? I don't have any extra alternates in here. That the mod does that. You could put in a bunch more without having to do it manually. But we'll go with that, and we'll go with our uniforms, of course, our classic look. So again, I'm just adding a few extra textures here and there just to spice things up a little bit. Looks like we got a bunch of injuries on both teams, or suspensions one way or another. Now, the good thing about Clinton Adams, he's our backup strong safety. It would have been a perfect situation if he was not healthy or not in trouble like early in the season. I could suspend him for a bunch of games, but our bar's down really low, so I don't think it's going to matter. All right. We got a dreary looking game here in East Lansing. A snow game. Awesome. Really cool. It's been forever since I've had a snow game. Super cold. Thankfully, there's no harsh wind. I guess a perfect day for some running of the football. So you see there, Purdue, Penn State, Ohio State. It's a 3-team race. Something's got to give. We're going to find out if we won the conference or not. We got to win today first. Going to be really exciting. We're going to highlight you-know-who. Big Jonathan Walker, leading the nation in yards and in touchdowns. Hopefully he just goes off today. That would be nice. Let's see if he can do that. They are picking us to win. Let's go to the coin toss. I want we'll start the second half. That's always my preference. So again, you're going to see some new things here and there with those textures. It's going to be really cool looking. Starting off, let's look at their roster. They got 2 impact quarterbacks. Both of them can run the ball. That is an issue. Look at how big this kid is. 6'6", 238 pounds. That is a monster. Either way, that's a tough situation to deal with. Thankfully, only one can really play at a time. And I guess I'd rather have this guy play more than this one because this guy's much faster. Can you imagine having an 89 speed at quarterback? Golly. They got some decent halfbacks, 89, 84, and 80. Fullback, not much there. Wide receiver, really good one, a 91. You got 88. Then it's a bit of a drop-off after that. Tight end, pretty good, 93 overall, 90 overall. Both of them can run a little bit, and both can catch. So they got some skill players pretty much in all positions. They got a pretty good, solid-looking group. Look at their offensive line. So their top left tackle is out, but their backup, I guess, is probably this guy. I'm assuming O'Brien's the starter at right tackle. We'll say left guard 84. Center is out. That is going to be a drop-off unless O'Brien's going to go in. Maybe he's a backup for everybody. Right guard at 82 overall, and then Baker's a 94. So, wow, imagine having these two right tackles. So that is actually an upgrade for them at left tackle. So an injury led to a better position set up for them. Either way, a really good offensive line. Let's look at their defense. Again, they run a 4-3. They got 80 and 78 on the ends, and you got 82 and 76 and 80 up the middle. So okay up front. 82, 84, and 78. Hey, they don't have an impact linebacker. This is probably the first game all season we haven't faced one. So having seen all of the front seven, that tells me I think we can run the ball on this team. Corners, 90, then 82 and 82. That's pretty solid. Free safety. Wow, maybe the best in the country. I mean, I guess you can't get any better than 99 overall with 92 speed. We will stay away from him today if possible. And they got a really good strong safety. So I guess we're going to run the ball quite a bit, but if they go cover zero, we can at least go over the top and attack their corners maybe. Kicker, just okay, 76 overall, and a really good punter at 84 overall. All right, let's get this show on the road. I can't see the lines hardly at all. That's really cool. And we're off and running. Going to be a memorable game to say the least. Somebody get a tackle. Uh-oh. Going to get a good return right there. Going to get it like around the 40. I guess they're going to pass a lot today because of their quarterbacks being their lone impact guys on offense. So we'll do something like this. Yep, going to pass early. Going to get about 6 yards there. I got to be mindful. Our best defensive tackle is out, so we're still thin there. So I've thought about maybe, let's do a Tampa 2 from 3-4. Wow, it's been so long since I've had a snow game. Like a very long time. Good play for us. I think that's 3rd and 5. We can try. We'll go cloud.
3rd and 5. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Got to be mindful here. I don't know.
Mitchell lines up in the shotgun.
Yeah, we'll just stick with this. I don't know if this guy will run around on us much today or not. He's got all time to throw. Oh, there he goes. Never mind. Spoke too soon. First down. Broke a tackle there. Well, that answered my question. He's going to run around on us a little bit. Let's try quarters from 4-3. We'll do something like this. I'm going to do an over front. We'll take that any day of the week. He should have thrown that one much quicker and harder. 2nd and 10. I'm going to do a basic cover 3 from 3-3-5. We'll do an over front. I got the flat over here with my safety, Guerrero. Oh, dang it. Well, easy first down for them there. Okay, let's go back. So at least I know they're probably going to throw quite a bit all day. Just because, again, you got impact quarterbacks. We're going to have to bait them into some interceptions or something. But they're attacking our flats really well. I think I'm going to sneak in a cover 1. Throw a little blitz at him and see how he handles it. I'm going to do something like this. I may control the blitzer myself. Maybe they'll go play action. That would be nice. Or just get the first down. Or the touchdown. Never mind. Wow, great play by the quarterback. Go back and look at this. I thought I was going to get the sack. But he got the pass off just in time. Wow. So this is going to be an uphill battle. Our defense is going to have to find a way to stop them. That was just a pretty easy drive for him. Just went right down the field, no problems. I'll just continue to throw some zones at him until he'll eventually throw an interception or something. So we'll get the ball for the first time and see if we can go right down the field and score. I'm going to let that one go. And I think it's in our best interest to run, keep it short. Because this is the best group of strong... That secondary is really good. I think we can run on the team in general. Just go here, get a first down with Walker. Not a bad play, 1st and 10. I want to try counter. We're going dime. Not a hard shift. What I may do is do something like this. Get a block. Good block by my fullback right there. I don't know if you saw that or not. Go back and look at my fullback right there. Picks up a block right there on the impact safety. Boom. Gives me a first down. Now what we can try. I want to throw it. But I want to... What's a good idea? I want to keep it simple. Let's go. Ohio. See, I can't tell who are the impact players. Oh, I can kind of tell that free safety. He's got a little glow on him. I think they're going man. Let's see what they do here. Cover 0. Can Hall get it? Get it, Hall. Super close to a touchdown. Keep going cover 0 on me. I figure that's like our best chance to go over the top and try something there. Wow. Just a great play. I'm going to have to get a good thumbnail there. So they went cover 0. Both safeties came down, so I went over the top. This could be a pretty good thumbnail. So looks like these new textures I put in, notice the tattoos and whatnot. So looks like they're a little bit different. I got like a white arm with a black face. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Either way, pretty cool nonetheless. I wonder if I can get a good thumbnail. Something like, let's do something like this possibly. Let me go ahead and get this one. I wanted to get one with him getting a catch. That could be a pretty decent one right there. Let me go ahead and get that one as well. Nice. So we got to score on this one. We got to get down and do that somehow. Let's just go basic slam. Let's just punch this baby in for 6. I'll probably go to the left. There we go. So Walker with his first touchdown of the day. Kick an extra point. Looks like a bunch of dudes have the same tattoos. It's a team thing. Unity. So we got to get back on defense, figure out what to do there, how to stop that quarterback. He's really good. I think we can. Our defense can do all right. We got to... I'm afraid to pressure the guy. I can't tell if... Oh, yeah, that's right. None of those impact guys will be out there because quarterback will not be returning it. So I can kick this thing straight. We need to stop. There we go. Much better than that first one. They had good field position on the first drive. I'm going to throw a zone blitz at him. I don't know if he'll run away from it instantly. We can try it, though. I'm going to occupy this tackle. And they're going to run the ball. And he's going to go, gee whiz, first down. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go back to cover 4. I think they're going to throw it. Back to Ace Twins they go from the gun. We got 8 guys in the box. That was a really soft throw, but they still made the catch. Almost got a first down, or did they? They did. Wow. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to do a one high look. I hope this works. I'm trying to throw just a little bit of pressure on him. See, we almost got to him there. Make a catch. Thank you, Halterman. So that worked out. I think we threw a little pressure on him. And we got the interception. You go back and look. I blitzed from the nickel position. I occupied that tackle just so my blitzer can get through. And he threw the ball, I guess, a little earlier than he wanted to. And we got the double team. Great job. So where are we? We're like on the 1 yard line. I got to be careful here. We're on the 4. I want to, yeah, let's keep this simple. I'm going to do like a basic off tackle run.
So they'll take over now in the shadow of their
We got to take advantage of this. They're giving us a turnover.
They'd put the ball in the air in this
Just
situation.
get a few yards, not a whole lot on that one.
Takedown. They get 3 yards on the
We're on the 7. Let me put in my tight end. I'm going to do basic off tackle.
It's 2nd down and 7 to go.
They're going zone dime. They didn't shift hard, which is good at least. Get the ball, you get around.
On the option. Home.
So that makes it what, 3rd and 4-ish?
On that one.
3rd and 3. I think I may just run the ball. I think I may do a toss play.
3rd down and 3 coming up. All on their own 11.
Hopefully we can get this. We're going to go to the right.
Comes to the line, only one man in the backfield.
Just get a first down with Walker.
Winston with a takedown.
So now we're on the right hash, I think. It's kind of hard to tell this snow, which I still think it looks really incredible. Let's do tight end streak. They're going man.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 22.
I'm going to think I may leave it as is, and they're going cover 0 again.
On 1st down.
Get it, tight end. Get it, 89. Yeah, baby. Best tight end in the country, at least in my opinion. Great catch. Goff is playing really good at the moment. He's making some really good throws over the top. So I want to go right here. I want to throw it again. Actually, yeah, we'll keep Lewis in. I wanted to run more Ohio. Let's do that.
It's 1st and 10, and this is the 5th play of the current drive.
Who's on who? Is that safety on Lewis? I can't tell.
The Nittany Lions.
Looks like
set
the
up in the gun.
free safety is on him.
To the air on 1st down.
We'll go to our freshman. Oh, he caught that. And we're going to get a face mask to boot. Nice.
I think he had a handful of face mask on that one, but let's get the call.
I think so. 5-yarder. Good deal. 2nd and 1, or 1st and 1, I guess, isn't it?
He got a hand on his face mask.
Are we still on the right hash? Yes, they still have us on the right hash. I could see. I'm afraid to go play action over the top. I do not want to attack those safeties. I think they're just too good. So I'm going to do another toss. Let's just go back to our run game. It being a snow game, I feel like it's probably in our best interest to run the ball a little bit more anyways. We'll just do a toss. 1st down to Walker.
And they push him out, so he picked up a few on that run. Yeah, he did a
Let's try here. Let's do a... I'm going to do a split zone. I'm going to flip it, actually.
1st and 10, and this is the 7th play of the current drive.
I think they're going zone. Do something like that. Just cut up field. Get about 5 or 6 with Walker. Keep going to our right side. That's our strength of our line. And that is the end of the 1st quarter. We're tied, but we're on the move.
And that's the end of the
That was a fun 1st quarter.
got a tie ball game.
We need a score. Just my opinion there. Let's try. Let's do another run.
It's 2nd down and 5 to go. This is the 8th play of this drive.
I think I may go to the right.
Set here. Handoff.
Good blocking, everybody.
He's into the open field.
6 points. Just blocking supreme on that right side. Go back and look at this. My right guard, my right tackle, my tight end, Jesse Lewis, killer block. Another good block by Marcus, our other tight end. Nice little juke by you-know-who. And we got our first lead of the day. So what's interesting is I'm using new uniforms. These look almost black, but it's super dark blue. So I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know if I'll go back to the original default away uniforms. But it still looks fine, but it's super dark blue compared to the helmet. You notice the helmet right here, a little bit more of a blue than I'm used to than right here. But either way, it's something for me to think about. That stuff's easy to change in and out in the folders. It almost looks black.
And he hits the PAT. That score leads us to
We got a lead. Let's get back on defense. Maybe we can force another interception. It worked the last time. I feel like we've done just enough pressure putting on that quarterback to get a turnover. We may have to do that again. He's killing our zone. Like, I'm throwing every type of zone at him, and he's just ripping us apart. Good job, Al, the kicker, or technically our punter with a tackle. I'm going to try a Thunder 2. We're going to do a weird zone blitz on this team. I'm hoping they pass. Well, we'll see if that's the best thing or not. Off the back foot. Ooh, great catch. I'm not going to get anything out of it, though. But this quarterback is very observant. He was feeling heat, actually. Yeah, he's feeling heat up the middle, but he got the play off in time. That makes it what? 2nd and 12. So if I go quarters and I only send 4, see, that's one thing we really got to work on. We need to figure out if our front 4 can get after that quarterback without any blitzing help. Good job, Al. I think I got a hand on it. I think they may call that a drop, but 3rd and 12. We'll go Cloud. He's fast enough to get a first down with it, but I think I'll just kind of quasi go after him on this one. Let's see if I can get around this right tackle, who's pretty good. Yeah. Good stop, Eugene. Got a hand on it, so we're going to force another punt. Actually, this is our first forced punt of the day. My bad. Maybe this punter will shank it to the right. We got plenty of field on that side. Somebody get a block or 2 on the right. That's what I'm looking for. Get a block. Get a block. Ah, good job by 84 getting off his block. So we're on the left hash. I want to try. I'm going to do a halfback dive from gun normal. Is that going to shade that linebacker over? It didn't. But they're, let me, my left guard moved. Check out those tattoos. Again, everybody's got the same ones. I'm sure there are other ones in this one. I probably just have it set up to where everybody uses the same tattoo. So let's do a toss play. That got me out of running that play from earlier. Get upfield. Just get some of those yards back. 2nd and 6. I'm going to do off tackle. We're going to spread him out again. This is basic off tackle. Just get a block. Just get a field. Just, oh, man. Juke right into that guy. So that makes it, what, 3rd and 2? On the 39. I'll probably keep this one simple and just hand the ball off again.
It's 3rd down and 2 to go. Ball on the 39-yard line.
And if we don't convert it, we'll probably go for it. Because we're kind of in no man's land. Just get a block here. First down, just enough. Next thing I want to do is go to my, I think I'm going to go back to Ohio again from wide trips. And they're going zone. So we'll go to somebody over the middle, but I want to give the ball to Jesse. He's good kick. Oh, he dropped it. I think he got hit when he caught it. The corner made a good play on it. Ah. Oops, I went no huddle. Dang it. I'm going to call a timeout. I don't like that. I hit the triangle or the Y button too early. 2nd and 10. I'm going to do counter. And they're going dime. That's interesting. And they're spreading out, and they're doing that. I'm going to take a chance on the left. That was a mistake. Nobody picked him up. So that makes a 3rd and forever. 3rd and 13. I'm going to do another toss. This is 2-down territory for me. I'm not going to try to get the first down here. I'd rather have a much more manageable 4th down. So we're going to try that with Walker. That was a good idea. First down. Good job, Al. I feel like 3rd and 13 was a little too much right there for Goff, so I want to make it easier on him. And we made it way easier by actually getting the first down. So we're on the 17. I'm going to go play action here. We're going to PE tight end drag. And they're going zone. I'm going to go to Jesse on this one. Go to him. Get a little play there to our big impact tight end. And the main reason why I call this play is because I have 2 cover 0 beaters. I got my go route with my receiver and Butler, and then I got my fullback. Well, I didn't want to go up against his free safety, but I do have an opportunity with that guy. But they didn't go cover 0. There was a zone play, so I kept it pretty simple. I just went to my tight end. He was pretty much going to be open there. So we're on the 9. Let's not overcomplicate this. Let me go. I may go back. Let's try. Let's do halfback read. I think I'll go to the right. Just get a first down there. That makes it what? We're on the 4, I think. Again, the snow is driving me wild. I can't see hardly any of it. But I think we're on the 4. That's correct. What's a good idea from here? I want to try. Let's do our tight end around. Let's see if we can make this work. And if not, we'll just go back to our run game. We'll go back to Walker. But I want to see if we can pull this off. We've done it several times this year, but we're going to lose some yardage. They came right on through and got an easy stop. That makes it what? We're on the 6. We'll go back to slam. I think I'm going to punch it over to the left. Ooh, maybe not now. Not with that. I'm going to go. Just no. There's nobody. Just everything was plugged up. 3rd and goal. What's a good idea? I may do a toss. Might as well just go to our best player. But that's a hard shift by that defensive line to the side I'm going to. But I'm going to take a chance on that side. That's where our strength is at. So we'll do that. We're going to get 6 points. We're going to jaw again. Good deal. Good blocking, everybody. So that's a much better blue right there. It's a little bit lighter blue than what's on the back of the jersey. Now we're up 2 scores. They have a minute and a half. Let's see if they're good enough to go down the field and score on us before we head to the locker room. And I shanked this to no end, but it's going to go through. I hit the button so late. Good looking cheerleader uniforms. I'll just kick it as straight as possible. Get through here. Shade him inside. Good stop. 25. Jenkins, I'm pretty sure. I think they're going to throw the rest away. I think they're going to try to do something with this. We'll see. Do something like this. I can pick this thing off. No, he's going. Oh, he dropped it. We know how that feels. 2nd and 10. They're going 5 wide here. I'm going to give my defensive line a break. And I'm going to do, I don't like that Tampa 2. I don't want to like that one either. Let's go back to cover 3. Oops, did I call the wrong play? Am I going dime? What in the world? Oh, I better know what happened. I know exactly what happened. Oh, he still caught that somehow. I think I didn't get my play in time. That's what happened there. I was taking my way too much time picking a play, and it picked one for me. So they got a first down anyway. It's a good catch. Make a tackle, somebody. Good job, Johnson. 2nd and 10. I'm going to go 3-4. Let's do Tampa 2 from 3-4. I'll control Patterson. I'm going to do a bear front, though. See if we can put some heat up the middle. Oh, hell, I completely whiffed on that one. Oh, it's a fumble. Somebody get it. Oh, they got it back. I completely whiffed on it. Look at me, Patterson. And I don't know what I'm doing there. I just looked around. That was terrible on my part. Awful, awful. I froze in the moment. Let's see if I can do better on this play. We'll go back and do something like this. Let's spread out. Never mind. Go back to another switch concept. That's out of bounds, thankfully. 2nd and 10. I'll stick with the same play.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 32. The Spartans
I'm going to spread out this time. Actually, I better pinch in. See what they do here.
Mitchell back to throw.
Going to run it.
He keeps it. He might have it.
Going to get a first close to it. 3rd and 2. And they're going to hurry up. So we're in a base concept, so I'm not too worried about that unless they call some goofy run or something, which is possible. They're going to pass it.
Steps up in the pocket. He wants it all.
Intercept that, somebody.
Incomplete.
Good stop. 4th and 2. Interesting. So are they going to go? They're going for a field goal. Nice. So we got lucky there. They hurried up when they, honestly, they didn't have to. They had timeouts to burn. I think they may have had one left. Miss it, miss it, miss it. Oh, I got it in. So they did score before the half. They was able to do it. 21 seconds. I'm not going to go too crazy on this one unless we get like a killer gain here. Otherwise, I'm going to take a knee. We're going to go to the locker room. Up 2 scores.
We should have a return on this one.
That's a shank kick. That's going... Ended up being a perfect kick. Wow, touchback. What do I know? So let's go ahead and take a knee. Let's head to the locker room. Really good first half for us. This is another thing I got to fix. The pulse, I may just go back to the original one. I don't like the way that looks. No offense to whoever worked on it. Either that or it just doesn't work well for my ISO. I can go back to the original one. It's little things like that. I just got to take an image or a file out here and there. I thought it'd be cool to maybe put my logo right there, but I want to give the next guys some credit there. They're the ones who put all the effort into it, so I want to show them some love. So I don't mind keeping their logo everywhere. All right, into the first half, 21-10, a good half for us, and we get the ball back at the start of the 3rd. Moving the ball really well, 221 yards to their 142. We're running the ball well. We're running the ball a whole lot more because it's obvious. They got a really good secondary. I don't want to throw interceptions against those 2 safeties especially. And we got a really good running back. So I think we're making good decisions there. We're pretty even split in terms of the total yardage. You go down here, we're doing a really good job on 3rd down. They're 1 for 3. They got the 1 turnover, and we took advantage of that if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to individual stats. A Goff 4 or 5, 104 yards and a touchdown. We're being selective there, but it's working out so far. Running the ball. Walker, 121 yards on 17 carries, 3 touchdowns. I feel like we're doing a good job giving him the ball. Receiving, Lewis, Hall, and Grant. Not a whole lot's going on here, but we got a couple deep balls to Lewis and to Hall. You go to defense. Jenkins is leading in tackles. Is not a good thing for our strong safety leading in tackles, but what do you do? No tackles for loss, though. Not a single sack, but we did get that 1 interception. Like I said, we get the ball back.
We'll be kicking off to start the 2nd half.
We need to go right down the field and score a touchdown.
Decent kick.
Mitigate at least some of that field goal. Ooh, I guess we're going to take this one out.
Fields it at the 2.
Just don't fumble it. All right, we're on the right hash.
In the action as the offense comes.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to call a play. This counter tight end trap. I'm going to call it.
They'll take over at the 22.
I should have been calling this all season. I just never gotten around to it.
Goes with the ace set here.
I guess we'll go to the right. Can we get a block or 2?
Got an open.
Oh, I shouldn't have juked. I should have stiffed arm. Good play, though.
That's a good 9-yard.
9 yards. Let's try a toss.
It's 2nd down and 1 to go. Ball on their own 30.
I'll probably go back to the right. Again, that's where our strength is at with our right guard or tight end, whatnot.
State comes to the line, only 1 man.
I feel like we're getting a good push by our offensive line today. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. Not a lot of guys are getting pushed back, which is a good thing. I'll probably stay here. We're going to try that tight end streak. Again, I'm trying to avoid their safeties as best I can while still trying to attack them deep if possible. So let's see if this works again. Cover 0 again. We'll go back to our tight end. Get it, Jesse. Get it, 89. Atta kid. You're the man. My firstborn son will be named after you. I joke, but still, great play by 89. Right hash. What's a good idea from here? This counter's working pretty well. Let's go back to this one. Counter weak from Strong Twins.
Old Spice red zone numbers. Red zone
We're going zone.
matters the most.
We could try going this direction. Get a block. Thank you. Get upfield. Get about 4 or 5. Not bad blocking. I need to hand it off to my fullback eventually. I'm going to go back to Ohio. This play is working really well for us. But they're going zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to bounce this over to Grant. Have to go real quick to that one. Almost get a touchdown. Saw a hole over the middle. Their middle linebacker blitz, leaving a gaping hole right there. So I threw this one super quick to our freshman receiver. He's been really good for us this year. And we're right back on the goal line. And I want to try our tight end around to play again. I feel like Jesse deserves it. Let's see if we can get him a touchdown. Now, they flipped their defense as well. We're on the road, so if I flip it, some of these guys won't be able to hear it, so we'll just try this instead. And we're going to get a touchdown with big 89. Well deserved. So now we're up 3 scores. I figured we'd make that work eventually. So that's a very easy, or not easy, but a very simple play to get the ball to your tight end. You can also do a sub package to get your top receiver in that spot as well. So if you got a jet, you know, like with Grant next year. So I'm assuming we're not going to have an impact tight end next year unless Jesse comes back. I doubt he will. I'm going to let him go if he wants to go. He's just a junior. But Grant next year in that spot would be pretty cool. Something to think about. So we're in a good position here. We just need to get another stop or two, and I think we can put this thing to rest. Get another stop on this guy. I thought I was going to get another tackle with my punter. They're going 3 wide. I think they're going to throw the ball, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go with a crash 2. Don't know if it's a good idea to blitz on this guy, but we're going to try it anyways. I'm going to occupy this tackle. Get him. Oh, that was super close. Teamwork, baby. Did you see that? Wow, our free safety batted it over to our corner, Gene, senior, for a great play. Nice. Go back and look this in, and it was the pressure. I brought the heat on the right side. I'm just occupying that tackle, let my outside linebacker almost get the sack. I thought this was going to be a great throw, and it looked like it was, except our free safety had other plans. Good stop there, good catch. Awesome. So we're on the 40-yard line. Normally I go play action here, but I don't want to attack those safeties. I think they're too good. So I don't mind running the ball some more. I think that's a good idea. So let's try that. I'm going to go halfback dive from spread. And they're blitzing, I think, the slot corners, the 2 nickels. So we're going to have and they're spreading it out. We're going to have to go, we'll have to do something like this. Get about 8 yards there with Walker. We can try. Let's go basic slam from here. Let's see if we can just pick up the first down. I think we're going zone. Probably go right back to the right again. Yeah, we're just blocking pretty well up front today. That's why I keep going to the right. They're just getting good push on that side. I'm going to stay here, or we're going to go... I'm going to go back to that counter trap. Let's see how they shift, if any. They're not shifting at all. We got all the numbers on the right side, so I'm going to go to the right. Get a block right there. Just not bad. Another 8 or 9 yards. Loving the counter, baby. Pulling guard. Coming right on through. I'm just trying to be patient with them. Get through. Another good gain. That makes it what? We're on the 2nd and 1. What's a good idea? Like, I would love to go play action here, but again, I just don't want to go after those safeties. So we can try. I'm going to do another counter. Counter's working for us today, so let's keep doing it. They're going 5-2. We got the numbers on the left. We got the grass on the left. Let's go to the left. Just get around. There we go. Great block by my fullback. Can we get in the end zone? It's going to be close. Get in there. Great play by Walker. And it was all my fullback. I got to give him a touch later. Just a killer block. Go back and look at it. My fullback right there on the free safety again. Awesome. Love seeing it. So we're on the 2. I'm going to go ahead and give Walker the touchdown. He's the one that's getting all the yards pretty much on this drive. So I feel like he deserves it. So I'm going to punch this in. Let's go to the right this time. Oh, good hit. I'm going to give him a break. I think he's about to pass out on us. Yeah, so he's out anyway. So I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to go fullback over. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it because I want to go to our strong side of our line, our best side.
The Nittany Lions come out in a two tight end set.
Oh, good defense. Corner came right on through
By the fullback.
on the 1. So he's still not out there, Walker. So what that means is I'm going to go right back to that tight end around. I'm going to go back to an impact player. Might as well. So we're going to see if Jesse can get a touchdown on the left side.
The Nittany Lions come to the line.
Get through just 6 points. I love it. I love it.
To get it over the goal.
Give the ball to your best players.
On the line, crush the defenders.
Absolute stud. I wonder if I can get a good thumbnail right here. Something. I don't know if I can get a... This will be a pretty decent one, maybe. Possibly. I don't know who got the thumbnail in the last game. But we'll go ahead and get this one while we're here. Awesome. I think this game's over with. We're up 24. Fixed to go up 25. It feels like we're playing a 5-5 team. I can see kind of how they got there. Their biggest problem is they have a useless impact status on a player. They got 2 impact quarterbacks.
35.
Imagine if they had an impact halfback. This game would be completely different. I don't know. Our defense is playing well. The offense is playing well. This is one of the better games we've played all season. Just across the board. Pretty much like we done against Wisconsin. We've really played well since that Purdue game. We'll carry that into the bowl game where whoever we're going to face there, I don't know what's going to happen there, but it should be interesting. Again, we got a 3-way tie. We may end up winning the conference title. Again, they don't split conference titles in this game, so I don't know what they're going to do there. I don't know who gave Purdue their 1 loss. If it's Ohio State, then it'll be a 3-way tie, so they'll have to figure out who they're going to give that to. Intercepted. Ash, oh, he still caught that. Go back and look at this.
3, maybe 4 yards on the pass.
He got stuck on the linebacker too, by the way. Should have been interception. Should have been interception. That's why you play defense, because you can't catch. And that tight end came back and got the catch. Wow. What's a good idea from here? I'm going to do Tampa 2 from 3-4.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 25.
I'll control Eugene. Do an under front. Let's do something like this.
Back to pass.
Let's see if I can do it better than what I done last time. Ooh, that's a first down.
Weaver with a takedown at the 33-yard line.
Way to look it in.
Lee Corso, you are my hero. I'm going to try zone blitz from 4-3.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 33.
I'm going to occupy this guy. I'm going to let White come through. I'm going to get a stop there. Thankful their run game isn't all that great. I'm going to do another crash too.
2nd and 9. Ball on the
I think we got an interception off this play the last time. I'm going to flip it.
Mitchell.
And we're going to blitz off the weak side on the left. They're going to run the ball instead.
They'll bring him down.
Good comeback around by our freshman defensive tackle. 3rd and 8. That's another third quarter. A great quarter for us. We got 2 touchdowns. They didn't get anything. Perfect quarter. Let's finish this bad boy up. I'm going to go nickel cloud.
State 35. Michigan State 10.
We're going to have a ton of points to play with
And this is the 5th play.
in the offseason for recruiting.
The Spartans
It's going to be great.
up with 3 wide.
Can't wait for it.
Back to pass. Look.
Get him, get him. He's got all day. Oh, look at that throw. Oh, look at that interception. Gee whiz. Jenkins. I think that's number 5 on the season. Go back and look at this. I thought it was a pitch perfect throw until our strong safety came right on through and got right in front of that thing. That was an awesome play. I'm going to see if I can zoom in here. Something like, what'd be a good idea? I can't really get a good one. We'll leave that one be. 35-10. I'm going to do another let's do Power O. You don't see me call Power O a whole lot because it's... I actually think I need to work on this one. They're going cover 0, looks like.
Little handoff.
The reason I don't call cover 0 a ton, and we got a good gain on that one, is because the guard isn't fast enough to get in front of me on that one. You go back and look at it. I need to find a slower run route between the quarterback and the halfback, it needs to be a little slower. Because, look, I've already outran the guard. Something for me to think about. We got 6 yards out of it, though. I'm going to try another counter. We're going to go... It's in here. Counter trap from wing tight end.
Coming up here. Ball on the 42.
I like the numbers here. I think we can get something good going. Let's go ahead and snap it. Or not. Nobody picked up that dude. So that makes it, what, 3rd and 3?
Good stop by the defense. They got
3rd and 5.
That's a great example of
I can't tell where we're at, honestly. I think I may just do a toss play and figure out what to do after that.
before they have a chance of moving you away from the play.
3rd and 5.
Are we on the left hash? It's kind of close. Let's just go to our best player.
Walker wants the ball. We'll see if they give it to him.
Oh, good defense. But, oh, face mask. Thank you. Thank you. We'll take it.
There. Here's the call from the referee.
I actually was going to fake punt that if that was not going to happen. There you go. 1st and 10 on the 35. Next thing I want to try, we haven't called this play yet. I'm going to go
Team's chances to win.
tight end read.
It's 1st and 10.
I want to go to one of my tight ends. Just another Ohio is pretty much what it is on the right side at least.
Comes to the line. Only one man in the backfield.
Wide open right there. Marcus, get about 6 yards.
Good looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That
I'm going to try
is where you see all the
halfback dive from spread.
you put in pay off.
2nd down and 5.
And I hate that I didn't get to run a lot of play action today. But again, those safeties are so good.
Shotgun.
I'm more than happy just to run it. They got 6 guys in the box. I don't know how well this will go. We'll have to read this guy right here. Just kind of see what he does. But let's go ahead and snap it. Just look at the blocking. Look at the blocking. Shh, be patient with the blocking.
And they move the chains
1st down
again.
That's
on the 20.
move the chains and keep the other team from
I'm going to go to my fullback. I'm going to go with this formation. We'll go back to fullback over. I'm going to give Walker a bit of a break.
Up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice red zone, when performance matters the most.
I'm going to go ahead and snap it. Get a block. Howard, get about 5. Not bad.
He rumbles ahead and picks up about 5.
From here, let's go back to Walker. We'll do a counter.
5 coming up here.
It's been the theme of the day. Just win it out, run counter. We're going zone. What's a good idea? I think I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to bring in an extra blocker. Do something like this. That didn't work. Oh, we're going to sneak in for a 1st down.
Tackle.
So this guy blitzed, I think. This guy right here over here on the right. Or was it this guy? Yeah, it was this guy right here. He came through. So you have to improvise. Just cut up field and get your 1st down. So are we fixing the score? We're on the 6. He's feeling it. Walker is. I'm going to do a counter from here. Going zone. We'll go to the right.
Goff with the give.
Just run him over. We didn't get the 1st, though, or the touchdown.
Gain of 5.
We're on the 1. I'm going to do a fullback blast.
Penn State comes out.
Let's see if our fullback can get in there. I feel like he's earned several reps today. Oh, my right guard got destroyed on that one.
Up in the backfield.
So are we back on the 5-yard line?
2.
On the 3. Let's go counter. I'll probably run to the right. Even with that shift. We got numbers over there.
Let's see if they can get it.
So let's
in.
try that.
Touchdown.
Get to the outside. 6 points. Jonathan Walker. Heisman, baby. I think he's going to win it. We're going to find out here in about 10 minutes whether he'll win that thing or not. I would put in my 2nd string, but we don't have depth at certain spots, so I just kind of have to leave my 1st string in. I know it's hard to say that, but we really got some bad parts behind our 1st string. We've been very fortunate, haven't had a ton of injuries this year.
Look at the drive summary. It's brought to you by Pontiac. Fuel for the soul.
Just a great win over a very average team in the conference.
Kickoff.
Even with supposedly more talent than we do, we just manage it better than they do.
He kicks it.
When I get the ball back, I'll definitely run clock. Hopefully I can take a knee the rest of the way.
Great job by the defense last time forcing the pick. I wouldn't be surprised if
Let's just go quarters.
by the offense to start things off.
They still got their first string out there. They'll probably put the second string in here probably in a couple plays. They always do it like right in the middle of a drive, which I always thought was goofy. Going with the run.
Gives it up the middle. Little shake and bake move.
Had to come back and make a tackle there. 2nd and 4. Going 5 wide here. I'm going to go 3-3-5. Cover 2. Haven't called much man today just because they've been throwing the ball so much. We'll do something like this. I'm going to occupy this left tackle. Let my blitzer. Oh, there went QB draw. But there was White waiting on it. 3rd and inches.
Gained on that quarterback draw.
They're going goal line, apparently. I'm going to go man lock because they may throw it.
They're down less than a
So
yard.
Jonathan Walker, 239 yards.
They shift on the
Just another great game for him. 4 touchdowns, I think is what it was. Fullback dive. Did he get it?
defensive down in the backfield.
4th and inches. Nice.
First down.
That pretty much summed up the game right there. And they're calling a timeout. What are they doing?
They suffocated the offense.
They call the timeout so they can punt it. That makes a whole lot of sense. We'll get the ball back. I'm going to take a knee the rest of the way. And then we got a bunch of other good, cool stuff to look at.
Porter gets it off
I don't like... Yeah, we'll just go ahead and fair catch that. I wasn't going to get anything out of it.
at the 31-yard line.
Let me go ahead and take a knee.
Offense hits the field. Let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to
And what's funny, I can speed up the emulator, but it doesn't really speed up the clock. Of course, I got to snap it there.
and he'll just kneel it here.
Go ahead and do a hurry up. I can speed it up here. 7, 6, 5. See, it doesn't speed anything up. So what's funny, the emulator, you can speed up like during the menus and whatnot, but you can't do it during the game, which I think is pretty interesting. Don't know why it does that. But either way, we got one more snap to go, and that should do it. We'll look at some stats, and then, of course, we got a bunch of stuff to look at after this. Where we're going to play in the bowl game.
And he takes a knee.
Maybe we're not going to play in the national title game. We're too far back, unfortunately. Ohio State's got the 1 spot. They apparently had a tougher schedule, I guess, even though we beat them. I don't know. That's just an interesting dynamic. We're going to look at that before I'll sim this week. Either way, a great way to end the regular season. 10-1. Far better than what I expected. I think we were 3-8 the previous year, so that's a really good turnaround. I'm going to go ahead and just hurry this part up. See, now we're in the screen in our menu mode, and this will hurry up a little bit quicker. So I hope you enjoy the snow game. That's a lot of fun. It's been forever since I've played in the snow. I look forward to more of that. We're in the Big Ten, so we're going to see that more often. Let's go and check out some stats. 398 to their 166. So there was just a lot of running. I think both teams are just trying to clog through it and, get out of it as best they can. But we just played obviously a whole lot better than they did. We ran the ball much better than they did. We threw the ball 8 times. But I thought that was a wise decision given the certain situation. 7 for 7 on 3rd down. We were almost perfect in the last game, and we didn't convert a single one against Purdue. Another reason why we got beat. But they had 3 turnovers. We didn't have any. We kept it clean today. Look at our quarterback, 7 of 8, 161 yards. He done as bad as perfect as you could ask of him, and we didn't ask too much for him today, but he done a good job. Walker, it was his show, 239 yards, 4 touchdowns. Lewis got the other 2 touchdowns on the ground. You look at receiving, he also led in reception, so our impact tight end got a lot of touches today. Ended up with no yards, technically, but 2 touchdowns, but he did get 92 yards receiving. You go to defensively, Jenkins still led in tackles. We had 1 tackle for loss in Rogers, not a single sack, but we did get a few interceptions. Gene, Jenkins, and Halterman all in the back end. All right, let's get out of here. Again, this is where we're going to get to see some really interesting things happen. So I'm going to hit no, and what's interesting is we still got several bye weeks to go. So what I got to do is let's go ahead and just sim this week for now. And then I'm going to send those last 2 weeks really quickly because we still got the conference championship week to go through, and we don't have a conference title game, so we don't have to play that one. But once this is over, we're going to look at the conference standings really quickly, and I'll just kind of give you a rundown of what's going on there. So you go over here to Sports Illustrated. You go over to conference standings. And wow, Ohio State got beat by Michigan. That's what happened there. See, they're 6-2. So we're 7-1. Purdue is ahead of us. So they're going to win the conference title because they beat us. Wow. Good for them. I mean, they're number 2. We're number 4 in the country. So you go back and look. at the cover. I thought this was interesting. I'm like, oh, well, so Ohio State got beat. So what we got to do is that takes a lot of the luster out of the rest of this. We're not going to play in the national title game, but what we will do is play in a big BCS bowl of some sort. So we're going to sim these next 2 weeks. We're going to go through the conference championship week. Then we got postseason awards to look at. Because, again, I think Walker may end up winning the whole thing. I think he'll win one award. He'll win something. He'll probably win the Walker at least. I like to see him sweep all the awards that he's up for, though. That'd be cool. We may win the coach award as well. We're about to find out here real shortly. So here's the conference championship week. You see right here, no big teams are up for it. Like the highest ranked conference team is NC State, and they're 8th in the country. So I guess all the top teams are either in our conference. As you go back to Sports Illustrated here, you look at the bowl rankings, and it's us, Purdue, and Missouri, UCLA, Syracuse, all Big East team, all teams that don't have a conference title, which I think is pretty cool. That's super rare to see. So not a single SEC team or Big 12 or ACC team is up there. But it's cool to see 2 Big 10 teams at the very top. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sim this week. Not there. Let's go here. And let's see if we win some awards and such. Purdue will play in the national title game against somebody. We'll find that out here shortly. They're a really good team. So there we go. So Jenkins is the Thorpe Award winner. I was not expecting that. He ended up with 5 interceptions over there. And if you remember, he didn't even start at the beginning of the season. I had to switch him out because our other guy just did not play all that well. So we'll definitely accept that. Next up, there it is. Jonathan Walker wins the Doak Walker Award. Very good for him. Excited for him. And he also wins the Maxwell Award. So this mean, is he going to win the Heisman? Oh my gosh, national title game. Wow. I was not expecting that at all. So how are we playing a national title game? We're ranked 3rd. I guess in the BCS, we're ranked 2nd. So we get a rematch with Purdue. Awesome. So what does that mean if I win the national title that first season? I mean, it'd be cool if we can. Let's see if we can try to do it. So, oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. So somebody else must have got beat or something, or our strength of schedule went up ahead of whoever number 2 was. Wow, awesome.
Thank you all for being here.
Purdue
Tonight,
halfback.
We'll, find out who
We'll
wins
face
the
him in the
most
national title
prestigious
game.
award in college football, the Heisman Trophy. As you all know, this
Jonathan
is a very
Walker.
special award.
Hopefully he'll win
the
it.
winner will go down in history with all the other former
Quarterback
greats
for
that have won
Oklahoma.
this award before him.
Halfback, a lot of halfbacks for this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Congratulations,
Atta
young man.
boy,
You
Jonathan
earned it.
Walker, Heisman winner, first season at Penn State. We got a Heisman winner with a bunch of other award winners as well. Needless to say, it's been a good year for us. So there he is, Heisman Trophy winner. And, oh, look how close that was. Him and the Missouri halfback. Man, that was super tight. About as tight as a race as you could ask for right there. But we snuck in and we got the trophy. 26 total touchdowns for him. Really cool to see. So we got some stuff to look at. Let's go over to Sports Illustrated. Let's go to bowl rankings. So there we are. Us and Purdue. We barely, look how close that was. We squeaked by Missouri by a nose hair. Wow. So we're going to take on Purdue in the national title game. Really neat. Let's go to Heisman. We've already looked at that, actually. Let's go to award winners. So Walker wins the Maxwell. The McNair goes to Ohio State outside linebacker. And look who's behind him, another Big Ten player. I'm here to tell you the Big Ten's tough. So we got the quarterback of the year goes to a halfback, or goes to a kid out of Hawaii. Walker gets the Walker Award. Wide receiver, San Diego State, Hawaii, BYU. Looks like they do a lot of passing over there in the WAC. I don't think we have anybody here. Tight end. So Jesse Lewis finished 6th. Pretty cool to see that. I thought he had a really good season. Only 4 receiving touchdowns. I guess I could have done better there, but if you give him more touchdowns, that means you're taking away from Walker. So neither here nor there. Either way, his total touchdowns was what? He had 4 receiving, and he had, let me go to the rushing. He had 8 total touchdowns on the season. Pretty cool. Offensive line, no. Remington, Missouri center, Iowa for defense tackle, won to Lombardi. linebacker, the Ohio State kid. Thorpe Award, again, Jake Jenkins, and he's just a junior. He'll be back next year, hopefully, but he had 5 total touchdowns or interceptions. So somehow he won it over this guy right here who had 7. Wisconsin kid. Look at this. Look at all the Big Ten team or players. Wow. Groza, more Big Ten. Look at that. More Big Ten. Punter, Ohio State, Purdue, and returner, another Hawaii kid won that one. That's pretty cool. And Coach of the Year, we finished 3rd there. Pretty cool to see that. All-Americans, we may have a few guys on here. Starting off, Big Jonathan Walker. I'm just quickly going through these. We'll probably see some Purdue players on there as well, but he's our only first teamer. What about second team? I don't know if we would have Jenkins, maybe? There he is. So Jake Jenkins made it as well. Freshman All-American Grant, maybe, but he didn't get enough touchdowns this year. He's not on that list. So let's go over to the Big Ten. So there's Walker. There's Jesse Lewis. Do we have anybody else on? Yes, we'll have Jenkins on there. What about second team, all Big Ten? Jamie Hall, Jr. He should be back next year. Anybody else? There we go. Defensive end, Andre Gordon, a junior. So we got more juniors that have made impact for us this year than I thought. But a lot of Purdue players on that team, on that list. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Let's go to bowl games. Again, I'm flabbergasted that we are playing a national title game. We're going to go down to the very bottom. There we are. We're going to take on Purdue, Missouri, and Syracuse. We're going to schedule Syracuse next year. I've already decided that. Then we got Virginia Tech and UCLA, Oklahoma, Auburn, Arkansas, Ohio State, and it just goes on and on and on. Players of the week, I'm not going to bother with that. That's just from the conference title week. Let's go to conference standings. So Purdue, again, ended up winning because they beat us, but it's just a dead heat throughout. But look at Ohio State. They finished 8th in the country. Iowa finished 16th. Wisconsin didn't finish ranked, but they finished 8-3. But just a really powerful conference. I think I made a good choice of going into a really tough conference. And that's even with Michigan not being involved. Look, they've been like dead last, is not having a good year at all. Either way, really excited about what can happen here. So are we done, or is there anything else to look at? I think that's it. We're going to take on Purdue. Let me go ahead and I got to go back. I'm getting excited here. Let's go back and look. Let's look at our team info screen. So defensive tackle Smith out for 2 weeks, but he should be back for the championship game. We got Goff, Walker, and Hall. Look at Walker. He's leading. Look at that yardage per game. 174 a game. Like, we're really just pounding the ball with him last couple of games. We'll open up a little bit more against Purdue. I just forgot where their talent was at. I think they're loaded everywhere, if I'm not mistaken. But you look at their defensive leaders, Patterson, Gordon, and Jenkins. That's been consistent all season. Then you look at Purdue. They got a guard out. Quarterback, the running back was a Heisman front runner. So it's 2 great running backs going after each other. And you got defensive leaders there. You got that one guy leading in tackles and in sacks. So that's what we got coming up. National title game. I don't know. People expected, a slow build. Of course, Penn State already had some decent talent when I took them over. But we've just played well with them. And if I win a national title this first year, that's great. I mean, we're just getting a good head start on what we can do for the rest of the dynasty. But we got to beat them first, and they beat us last game. I like to get some sweet revenge on them. It should be tough, but it should be rewarding if we can do so. They got more talent than we do. They're really good at everything. They don't have a weakness everywhere. They've been the best team all season, and they show that against us. Maybe we can play more mistake-free and maybe pull off the win. Hopefully we can do that. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.